All right, everyone, listen up. This is the moment every XRP holder has been waiting for. Something massive is brewing and it's unfolding right now. I'm not kidding. What's happening with XRP this week, right now, is already sending shockwaves through the entire crypto market. And after July 14th, everything changes. Everything. I know you heard big news before, but this is different, folks. The data, the signals, and the timing, it is all lining up. This isn't just hype. This is the kind of movement that could rewrite the entire script for XRP. Now, if you've been sitting on the sidelines or even holding just a couple of XRP. You can't afford to tune out now, so buckle up because in the next few minutes, I'm breaking down what's about to go down and why July 14th could be an historic turning point and just how wild things could get for XRP holders. Stick with me because if you blink, you might miss the breakout of the year. Without further ado, folks, let's jump into it. As always, if you want to support the channel for free, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up. The more thumbs up we get, the more YouTube pushes the video, and subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed just yet. As of this morning, and it's bright and early, not even 7 a.m. yet over here on the East Coast, XRP is looking to make a beautiful breakout. We had one of the most bullish weekly closes yesterday. We had it close above 224 and change. We, of course, got it coming in at 227. And this morning, we are green and we are looking to make a push and get out of that first area of resistance right above 235. Currently, XRP is coming in at $2.29. Bitcoin, $108,785. It's currently in the green 0.69%. And Ethereum right behind it, up over 2%, coming in at 2,563. The Fear and Greed Index stays neutral as the total cryptocurrency market cap, it just tips up a tiny bit here, almost 1%, coming in at $3.36 trillion. Now, folks, I put this out, and this is so freaking true. A lot of people don't see it because they're running out of patience. And that's what the markets want you to do. They want you to run out of patience, but we're going to make so much money this bull cycle. No, that's not financial advice. That is just common sense, common knowledge. We are going so much higher, but it's going to require one thing from you, and I hope you can do it. You need to have patience. A lot of people, I see in the YouTube comments, they get tired. Now's not the time to get tired, folks. Now's the time to come alive. Think about it. No farmer plants a seed and expects to wake up the next morning to a field of corn. You prepare the soil, you water the soil, and then you wait. Every bull run is like that. The smart money isn't the guy trying to yank out the plant to see if it's grown. It's the one who patiently tends the field and lets time do the heavy lifting. If you ever been on a roller coaster, you know the adrenaline rush of the up and downs. Well, welcome to crypto. It's just one of those roller coasters, goes up, down, up, down. That's what we're on. But what happens if you panic and you try to jump off at the first drop? Disaster. In crypto, the price swings are the loops and the turns. The ones who hold on until the end of the ride are going to be the ones walking away with their hands in the air and their pockets a lot heavier. And here's a little secret. Every bull run rewards the patient, just like compounding interest. Time multiplies your gains in ways you can ever imagine at the start. The earlier you learn to wait, the bigger you pay off at the end. It's not about timing the market. It's about time in the markets. And then Crypto Time put this out. Bitcoin's bullish pennant is breaking out a target of 137,000. Look, and I put the scenarios out there for you on Bitcoin. It is very simple. Bitcoin is either going to have a massive breakout and go right to 117 to 120, or we're going to see a little bit of a speed bump, resistance, and rejection around 113, back down, possibly to close those CME gaps in the lower 90s before it just makes a full-out parabolic blow-off run, 150, 175, 200. That is what we are paying attention to right now. Markets are looking great. A lot of institutional money is flowing into the markets as well. When we look at the current XRP chart, here we are. We talked about these three key resistant areas on XRP. Let me get out my paintbrush. I can draw them. These three right here. We are currently in this gray zone. Here is your gray zone. This is where we are sitting. This is the first. I told you that 3 levels. I call them the 3 bosses. We need to break out. And the top of this breakout is 235. It runs from 224 to 235. We are currently sitting into it. Once it breaks out, this in-between space is nothing but thin air. It will get right above that. Then we're got to target 248 to 260. That gets broken, 265 to 272. That gets broken, 290 to $3. I told you, $2 to $3 is going to be a pain in the butt. But when it finally does go down, that is when it is time to fly for XRP. This is what we talk about, patience here, everyone. This is where it is testing your patience. And my man Bull Dip, he put this out, talking about XRP ETFs, talking about all the pending applications. And this is going to play into what we have coming later this year. So let's get into this, because no one's really talking about this, but everyone should be. XRP ETFs are about to change everything you think you know about crypto. The floodgates are starting to crack open. Right now, there are already 3 XRP ETFs trading. Yes, very quietly in the wild. 2 in Canada, 1 in Brazil. And there's 17, I believe it's actually more than that at this point, but we'll go with 17. There are 17 more applications lined up in the US. Think about it. This is like seeing a tiny crack in the Hoover Dam. A little water trickling through. You know what comes next if the dam breaks, right? A tidal wave. And trust me, most people are still busy picnicking downstream, totally unaware about what's to hit. They're in la la land, la la la. That's what they're doing, right? Wall Street is building a bridge for boomers here, folks. These ETFs aren't just a fancy investment product, they're bridges. Imagine a shiny brand new highway being built from the land of the old money right into the heart of the crypto jungle. And that's where we all live. We're all in the crypto jungle. Why does this matter? Well, because the baby boomer generation, the same folks who built skyscrapers and sent people to the moon, control over half of the wealth in the entire US. That's more than $70 trillion. Picture every bank vault in America all stacked together. Now imagine Wall Street just handed boomers a golden ticket to cross over, and that ticket says XRP. Let's be real. Boomers aren't lining up to open Coinbase accounts or chase QR codes, but you give them an ETF, now you're speaking their native language. This is like putting the world's fastest sports car, XRP, onto a track boomers already love and trust, the stock market. Grandma's retirement portfolio was sharing space with crypto without her even realizing she just strapped into a financial rocket ship. Remember when the iPhone made everyone a tech expert overnight? Yeah, well, this is that. But for crypto investing, folks. Think about that. And then to top it all off, what do we got? We got, oh, I don't have the slide pulled up, but we have a very important date, and we're going to talk about that date, that date. I can't speak, even though we don't have it pulled up. Just hear me out on this. Close your eyes and envision it. July 16th. The countdown has begun. Circle it, highlight it, tattoo it in your brain. This is the date that could go down in financial history. This is not just about a bill passing or a company deal closing. It is about the future of money being rewritten in real time while we all watch it. Think big, like Amazon in 1997 or Apple in 2003. We're standing at a crossroad. Imagine being there the day before Amazon IPO'd. Imagine hearing about the iPhone before anyone else. That's the energy we're looking at here. With the July 16th bill to get stablecoins approved in America, in USA, that is when RLUSD will hit. And that is when we talk about hidden roads and Ripple and what they're doing. Ask yourself, do you want to tell yourself, your future self, I saw it coming and did nothing about it? Or do you want to be part of the new wave, the next chapter of global finance? This isn't just an investment opportunity. This is a generational moment. And then when people talk about hidden roads and what Ripple's doing, and Erie made it very clear because whoever this hangster is trying to stir up FUD. And people fall for this FUD because they're too lazy to do their research and to look into it. Hidden Road has been acquired by Ripple. All it needs is the sign off from the SEC. The sign off is coming as soon as the lawsuit is officially at an end because this involves an institutional play and what Ripple can and cannot do, right? Hidden Road and Brad Garlinghouse stated that all post-trade activity will run across the XRP ledger. So a lot of people coming out saying, oh, it's not going to use XRP ledger. It's going to be on ETH sidechain. It's not. It will run across the ledger itself. Think about that. If it runs across the ledger, it uses XRP, and it's not going to be all of it. I know I just said all of it. I got too worked up in a moment. It won't be all of it, but it's going to use and utilize the XRP ledger. Ripple is the biggest cheerleader in the game. They want the price of XRP to go up. Why? Well, because they are the biggest holder of XRP, folks. July 16th, 2025. There's going to be two kinds of people. Those who stood writing on the wall and those who wish they had. Look, if you got value from this, drop a fire comment in the comments below and let me know. Are you ready for what's coming? Or are you still on the fence? Share this with a friend who needs to hear it. And remember, in crypto, history is made by those who act before the headlines hit. I'll see you all on the other side of history. Let's make it legendary.